At the new water body, of course, there aren't just small, delicate fish you can catch with fine rods, but also big, heavy catfish. And those are exactly what we're after. It's slowly heading into the evening hours now. And that's the ideal time for catfishing. All right, let's get started. So I've actually been standing here for the second night now, so to speak. The first night already worked out pretty well, and now it's slowly getting towards the evening hours again, so heading into the next night. And it's already slowly starting again with the first catfish. Not too bad. First off, the little spotted channel catfish here. But of course, there's more to come. So we actually have the different catfish species here, and out it goes again. Very simple bait, just fish pieces. Cast it out, and then slowly reel it in. I already had a real chunk on the line too. There it is, a 20-kilogram flathead catfish, just caught. Also, not bad at all. A really nice chunk, strong fighter, agile, really swam back and forth, put up a proper fight. At that weight class, if you catch it with a small fine setup, then it's honestly not that easy. Otherwise, as always, it's all about testing, testing, testing. So that's what I've been doing throughout the day. Tried out a lot of things, but the biggest fish at the moment, still the catfish. So channel catfish and the flathead catfish. Yeah, and I just checked again English, the names are of course different. We've got the channel catfish and the flathead catfish. So, where exactly am I standing? Very simple. I picked a hole on the map, a deep spot. And right here by the campsite, you can walk straight to a deep area. And like I said, that already works quite well. I've also tested the distance a bit, like how big are the squares here on the map? And we'll take a closer look at that in a moment. I think that should be the next small catfish here. Yeah, comes out pretty easily. So they're honestly not a challenge. You really do catch them quite easily. They also bite on the size 4 knurl hook, even these small catfish here. So back out it goes. Right now, I'm fishing with a clip set to 60 meters. So really, really far out. Of course, you could stand here with a smaller setup, but you also just need to be able to cast that far. That's why I'm here right now with the heavy carp rods. Let's take a quick look, and yep, off it goes again. The setup is built super simple, just a monoline, size 4-0 hook, fish pieces, done. So nothing special on it. Of course, this is an in-game setup, sure. But even if you're here with a Fortuna carp, for example, or a heavy feeder rod, that's totally doable too if you're targeting these big fish. Size 4-0 hook, fish pieces on it, and off you go. All right, let's check again real quick. Yep, right away another bite. Let's reel that in. So the frequency is actually not bad at all for catfishing. Just bottom fishing. They're small catfish, but they bite pretty well. That works already. And the next one, 1.3 kilos. So that's already quite decent. I'm also curious to see how much silver they bring in. We'll definitely have to check later whether it's worth it financially to maybe turn some of them into fish pieces. So, tighten the line again, and let's quickly check the map. So this is the position right here at the campsite, and from here, we're casting out to 60 meters. Why 60 meters? I had tested it up there, you can set up here really well, and then I cast out with one rod. I'd say about one square between 55 and 60 meters in edge length. That fits quite nicely. So from halfway across the water to about halfway again, I'm landing somewhere in this area with 60 meters. So yeah, you should also manage pretty well with 40-50 meters to get into that zone. I've also cast a bit off to the side here. That works quite well too. Actually, I had already seen a post on Discord about that. They cast from here into this area. If you think about it, that's about, I'd say roughly 30-40 meters. So you're already reaching that zone, and catfish were caught there too. The big, deep holes are definitely practical, less so the small, shallow ones. Maybe more suitable for spinning or a jig rig setup. But here, you can just cast in relaxed, and you don't have to be super precise either. You first need to test a bit anyway to find out where else they might be. So don't be afraid to spread out a little and cast to different spots. Well, let's keep going, but for now, still only the smaller catfish. I'm curious if something bigger will bite, and especially how big they actually get. Now this one's actually spotted. That's why it's called channel catfish in German, Getupfelter Gabelwels, because of these little spots. And in English, it's the channel catfish. So yeah, now we can clearly see these dots here. Also very cute in the baby version of the fish. What's interesting is we were only in the early evening hours just now. It wasn't even officially night yet. Night begins at 11 p.m. and it's only just starting now. So that means as soon as it gets dark, even in twilight, we can go for catfish. And right here at the front, the bite indicator's twitching again. Let's see, is there already something on? Nope, not yet. So let's leave it alone for a bit. And soon enough, something will bite during the night. And boom, there it goes again. Right around 1 a.m. and this one's got a bit more weight. Let's see what it is. I'd say 5 or 6 of the bigger catfish during the night are definitely possible. That's already pretty solid. Could be even more, depends how long you stay out here. I even caught a catfish once at noon. So here we have another small one, 5.6 kilos, but a big version of the small type. Not bad at all. We'll gladly take that. The channel catfish. I've been testing a bit more, also a bit wider now. I've placed one rod a bit more to the left, so way over here. And I'd also say maybe not quite as far, maybe 50 meters is already enough, because I've been reeling the rods in a bit from time to time. And it actually seemed to work better that way, so maybe you don't even need to cast all the way out. Maybe more like 50 meters instead of 60. That works well too, because you can reach that with a smaller setup much more easily. All right, next little catfish, and then I'd say let's take a look at the cafe orders in the fish market. Let's see, at 50 meters, exactly. And now let's see how much they're worth. Cast out again, casually, also a little diagonal this time. Now I've basically covered the whole area in front of me, from here to here. Spread out the casts a bit so we've got a nice wide zone where the baits are placed, and then just keep testing which spot works best. Now let's quickly check the cafe orders and the fish market. And here we are, fish market and diner. Quick look. Of course, I've been trying out a few things on the side. Right now, there are a few undersized ones here. Still 50 hours left on those. Here too. Undersized fish. These are all small ones from float fishing. But you can definitely take these kinds of orders too. They'll be done soon. I haven't tried pumpkin seed yet. No freshwater drum either. This one, 7 big ones. Very practical. Let's sell that right away. And the other ones, no catfish in there. But that's how it looks right now. Let me quickly sort by price. And yeah, we can clearly see that the catfish get you a nice price, but those are the big ones. Flathead catfish, 20 kilos, or here, 12 kilos. That's already a solid payout. I think it's worth it. Just spending the night fishing for catfish. This one here is the small catfish that already starts biting in the evening hours. And even these smaller ones already fetch a decent price, around 5 or 6 silver. Not bad at all. And if they get bigger, you're looking at 15 silver or more. That's pretty good already. And the flathead catfish, definitely stronger fighters, but I think also a lot rarer. So mostly it's the small catfish here. And the bigger flathead ones are much rarer, but also bring in significantly more silver. All right, I'm heading back to the spot now because there's definitely more action to come until 8 in the morning. If this helped you, leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Really helps me out. And I'll see you in the next video or live stream, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, always from 7 p.m. Tight lines.